So today I'm actually going to talk about a couple of important stuff, starting with a little bit brief out about myself, who I am, what I do, and then we are going to talk about life of international student and how you can land a job in Canada. So there are so many videos out that you can watch and really learn about, you know, key aspect of how to lead or land a job here in Canada or any other country. I would say especially in North America. So I am Riya and I work for a chemical construction manufacturing company. Most of my experience has been in manufacturing, dealing with end users, dealing with basically unionized and non-unionized in both kind of environments. I work in human resources. Been actively working in human resources for the last almost 4.5 years, where I get to work with blue collar to white collar, different kind of positions in all facets of human resources, ranging from, let's say, recruitment, talent acquisition, to training needs, to retention, employee engagement, employee attraction, and a lot around, again, circling back around what recruitment or what human resources looks like. But yeah, so that is about me. But I came to Canada in 2018. I took a program in international business management from Mohawk College. Before that, I graduated in medical sciences. In sciences, I would say bachelor's in science from India. Whereas I made this transition and went into business. That was certainly a big change for me. I would say that I didn't know much about how the business world was, and it was more based on the recommendations that I got from my friends, from my cousins, that yes, landing a job and transitioning into Canadian environment or the North American environment is very conducive, especially if you do take in a business program. So that's where I kind of just followed the chain of thoughts or school of thoughts I was getting, and landed into Canada with taking a program which was international business management. I did a program for 1 year. All right, so I was getting settled into this new country, juggling a full-time school, part-time jobs, to pay my bills, to also save money for the upcoming semesters that most of the international students do. But then what different happened is that when I was supposed to take my second program, I really started working. Before that, I just started working with so many volunteering organizations. I started working with Canadian Red Cross. I was doing my part-time jobs, but I also started attending networking events. And taking support from my school. Yes, so a lot of programs are available within the campus itself, where most of the students are not aware of, especially international students, because we are not from this culture. We do not know how the environment, how the education environment is structured. Back home it's different, right? So when we transition to Canada, it's a whole new world for us. So there is a lot of learning. It's a huge learning curve, and that's where I kind of approached mentors, and I attended mentorship programs and events, and kind of learned what would be the next big project or the next program that I should be taking for year two. And that's where, based on my strengths and on my what I like the most, whereas what are the things that I do not like the most. There were a couple of choices that I got at that time. One was human resources, and the other one was business analytics. Again, with business analytics, I did kind of learn that you need to have a very, very strong background in understanding what the what the programming is, because you, to some extent, you do programming. You have to work with SQL, Tableau, but then in human resources you do not need to do all of these stuff, and that's more concentric to a customer base where the customer are internal employees. And I felt that I was good in communication, I was good in building up relations and nurturing and building up reports with people, especially good in public communication. So that's where I felt that human resources was the key factor or program that attracted me the most. And that's where I decided to go with human resources. But it wasn't easy ever. There was a huge hiccup, which was COVID itself. Because of the lockdown, there were so many barriers that I got in terms of getting reserving a co-op opportunity for myself, or even finding a full-time opportunity, which wasn't easy at all.